Hello and welcome to another Dave's Desk. I'm with yet another old and dear friend, someone who just doesn't make a difference to hundreds of other people's lives. He's made a difference to my life, and I know he has to some of my friends as well. Chris Burgess lives in the northwest of England in the UK, and he's a well-being coach and healer of some repute, authority and renown, helping hundreds of people over his lifetime with healing and well-being coaching. He specialises in both emotional and physical disorders and ailments, and having worked with him personally, I can say what a profound difference he's made. So I was desperate to thank him personally, publicly, and get him on this call so that we can pick his brains as to his expertise and how we can be a little bit more effective and healthier and better. So Chris, welcome.
Yeah, John, thanks for getting me on your little talk show, baby.
You see, Chris has got more knowledge in his little finger than I've got in my whole being. So we're going to pick his brains.
I'll go to the little finger in a minute. It's a good one for people, I'll tell you that bit.
Well, everybody watching this loves getting involved, Chris. So don't hesitate to get us doing stuff.
Okay.
How many people have you helped, Chris?
Oh, it's probably thousands. It's 40 odd years I've been doing this at least.
Wow. And I know that you work with adults and young people, people of all ages, all professions. But so what are some of the methods that you use? What is it you are a practitioner of?
Oh, crikey. I've got a list, haven't I? Master practitioner in clinical hypnosis, right. EFT practitioner, NLP practitioner, Qi-Gong practitioner, etc., etc. You can go on for ad infinitum. So what it is, you see, is that they're all interconnected. This thing is a very clever bit of kit. Then it cuts an emotion in, your emotional center, and then it cuts the gut in as well. You see, now if you can balance it up between this, and this, wonderful life. There's a guy called Hippocrates. I think you've heard of him. 2,500 years ago. Really instructed in medicine at that time, and they take the Hippocratic oath now. Now, he said the majority of ailments come from the gut, and now they're finding this out, that this gut brain, if you like, has a lot to do with how you feel.
I was on a course with someone I think I referred you to, Dr. Linda Shaw. She's a neuroscientist, neuropsychologist.
That rings a bell, that one. Yeah.
And she was saying how they've discovered that there are more neurons in the gut than there are in the brain, and they talk to each other. It's remarkable stuff. So what I'm hearing is you're no slouch. You haven't been on a weekend course and got a diploma. You're a very highly skilled professional who is very serious about being positive in the difference you make to other people.
Yeah, just to explain it a bit more, you see, if you had a spanner in your toolkit, you try and chop wood with the spanner, you try and link in hammer nails in with the spanner, you try everything with the spanner, right? It's because you've only got one bit of kit. So if you do several different things, you look at the person, talk to the person, find out what they need, and then you use the appropriate thing. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to use a saw to saw their heads off or anything, but that kind of thing. You know, I mean, if you go into a place and you're doing a repair on a house, you don't just go in with a hammer if you're going to paint the blinking walls.
True. Can't argue with that. Right tool for the right job, eh? Okay. So I know a lot of people that listen to this are in the education sector or the business world. But let's just focus on at the time. I don't want to date the interview, but at the moment it's January 2021. There's snow on the ground outside, and we're coming up to 11 months of being in lockdown with the COVID crisis.
Wonderful.
So we've got adults not knowing what they should be doing, and the young people's emotional well-being is through the floor at the moment. And I'm generalizing, not everyone, but a lot of people are struggling. What advice, Chris, would you give to teachers and parents who are managing the emotional challenges that young people are facing at the minute?
Very, very difficult, because everybody's an individual. So can I give you an example?
Please.
Yeah, right. There's this lad's father I'd helped. He's a business person, and he was 13 years of age, almost 14. and he was like extremely like but bad. So he was a very, very gentle soul, very nice child, lovely lad, and he had a problem. So what I did with him is make him go through the problem, but give me the word, one word that was the problem. In other words, you would say fear. He wouldn't say that. He'd say something that could be terror. He was trying to get him killed because obviously the way things, not because they put this show on with that young lad that got murdered in the bus stop several years ago.
Oh
And
yeah.
and that had really triggered him off. So when I found out, and there was other things in the thing, but he was getting bullied. So there's techniques for bullying. So I give him a technique for bullying to get shut of him not worrying about the bullies, right? And it works every single time. Dead simple technique. And then the other one, I found out what was the word that encompassed how he felt emotionally. So in other words, this thing, the emotion cuts in, and then you get it to drop it to the gut. And that's the thing called EMDR. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. But what I do, yeah, a big mouthful, isn't it? But you look it up.
We'll call it EMDR.
EMDR, yeah. So anyway, with that, there's this thing in your body, everybody's body, called Sanyao channel, triple heater or triple warmer, because it's shiny. So you can either say it's triple heater, triple warmer. And what it does, it's situated here, the end of the Sanyao channel.
Hold your hand up, Chris, so we can see that.
Sorry. So right. See here, that groove between your little finger and your ring finger.
Okay.
There's a groove there. So what I do is I use this to activate the channel. Right.
Tap it, rub it, or?
Oh yeah, they tap it. You tap it like this. But I mean, it's no problem, because if somebody wants it, like, I can talk to them or whatever, right? And you tap it like that, you see. Now, what you're doing by doing that, you're activating this brain, your emotional brain, and your gut brain, which you said before, which has got all these blinking synapses and dendrites and everything else in it. And by doing that, then you use the eye movements, and then to cover it off. You see, obviously, some people are very visual like this, and some people are good with words. So you've either got visual or audio, but a bit of both. So what I do then is I get them to hum a tune, yeah. And while they're moving their eyes around, as soon as I get them to stop, you hum the tune, right? And I've already asked them, would they like to get shut of this problem? Would they like to get shut of this problem now, so it doesn't come back? And you're getting 3 nods. Would you like to get shut of this problem? Yes. Would you like to get shut of it now? Yes. Would you like not to come back? Yes. This brain has agreed, they're fed up with the bloody thing. So then the emotional still cuts in when you think about it, which loops it round again. So what you do is you drop it to the gut brain, fixed. So it took me about probably an hour with him.
Wow.
But he'd been bad for a while because his parents were really concerned about him. And it's like suicide with young men under the age of 26 now. They're blinking going like this, which is sad. You know.
Well, I mean, that is a cracking case study of working one-to-one with someone, because I know you also give talks to both business world as well as teachers and students. Have you got an example of a success moment for you when working with a group of people?
Oh yeah, funny enough, it's a similar situation. It was university staff, right? So when I say staff, I don't mean just the ones who were just teaching, but the whole blinking whole shooting that shit. I think there was only about 60 people there. So it wasn't like you've got 250 people. So it was about 60 people, and the main problem he had was bullying. Very similar to this. I mean, this was a few years back, by the way, as well. This particular one, springs to mind. And then we're getting bullied. So I give them 3 different methods to take away about being bullying. And I said, really,
when you say what was it? Was it fear? Was it stress? Anxiety? What was the?
You cracked it there, so you've got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. So no, you like that, aren't you? You're the best public speaker I've ever been come across. So anyway, what it was with the techniques you give them is that different bullies do different techniques to bully people. So what I did, I give them the 3 techniques, right, for the bullying, and it had a really desirable effect. Now, and I pointed out to them, because I've done it before with individuals. You get a lot of individuals. 2 senior nurses in a hospital, a major hospital in Liverpool, and one was the Harridan from hell. I'm sorry for saying that, but she, and this other one was really nice. Same level of nursing, same level, same standard, same. Whoa, we know it all in the nicest possible way. And she said, "Oh, this one's." I said, "Well, I'll give you this technique." I said, "It always works." I said, "And 2 things happen. She either changes and starts trying to help you, or she will leave." And she went, "Oh, okay." So I didn't see her for a while. You know, I mean, it's good. Well, it was a few years, because her son had an accident and damaged his brain, so he wanted me to help him. He said. I said, "By the way, how'd you get on with that nurse?" She said, "Oh, she left." I said, "Oh, yeah. Where did she go to?" "Australia." I mean, you can't get much further away than that. And I had another young lady, right, who similar situation, getting bullied. The senior person in the place was bullying her. Her 2 compatriots were bullying her and making her life a bloody misery. She said, "Hey, Chris, you do this funny stuff, don't you?" I said, "Yes, I do this funny stuff." So she said, "Give her the same blooming technique." I said, "What will happen? They will either leave you alone, or they will try and help you." Comes in, I've seen her about, she wasn't long after, about 6 or 7 weeks. She said, "Oh, hey, Chris," she said, "yeah, I thought you were kidding when you said that, but this one's trying." I said, "Oh, you have little faith, messing about." And she said, now the senior one's trying to get her promoted, and the other 2 are trying to help her. So, but it works every time. That's the beauty of it. With
Great examples. Great examples.
Yeah.
So we're rapidly, God, where's the time gone?
Sorry, mate. I'm on too much,
Don't worry about it, man. I could listen to you for weeks. So if there's one little thing that everyone listening to or watching this can do on a daily basis that will make the biggest difference to their physical or emotional well-being, give us one little taster.
Really speaking, what you need is a mantra. Depends upon what you need. Now, I can send that out to people. Mantra is just Sanskrit words for, the things from well, there's a series of words that go for a specific thing. So for most people, if they're getting excited, if they just close their eyes, which then takes the distraction out of everything, and as they breathe in, they imagine a beautiful green light going into the heart, right? And as they see the light, they can either say it or say it mentally, and they say peace. So they bring in, so they stress the beggar. So they put the hands on the desk if they buy a desk, and they breathe in. Beautiful green light in the heart, and they say peace. And then as they breathe out, relax. So breathe in, green, beautiful, healing green light in your heart. And then as you breathe out, relax.
Wow. Awesome, Chris. So if people want to get hold of you to discuss either your training, your speaking, or indeed get these sounds that they can work on, what's the best way for them to contact you?
There's 11 healing sounds. And I've just done a video on it. It's not a video, but it's like a cartoon, because I'm not on it, which is good, you see, because I've got a good face for radio, right? So if you want, I can send that out as well. So there's 11 healing sounds. A lot of women get migraine, so of course that's number one, isn't it? Because it's for the head. So
Chris, if people want to get hold of you to inquire about speaking, training, or indeed get access to those lovely resources you've got, how do they best get in touch with you, mate?
Best bet is contact TheRealChrisBurgess at gmail.com.
Fantastic. Chris, so generous. as always, to a fault. God bless you. Thank you for sharing your expertise, and let's hope that makes a couple of real hits and a difference to many people watching and listening.
You take care.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Oh, and don't forget to visit our website at davidhyner.com to claim your free audiobook. Until the next time, go Rhino. Having it.